What is a heel turn? A heel turn is one of the most dramatic character shifts in professional wrestling. It's the moment when a previously beloved, respected, or heroic wrestler suddenly embraces the dark side, turning into a villain. A heel turn usually happens through a shocking betrayal, a cheap attack, a selfish promo, or an act that directly harms the wrestler's allies or the audience's trust. The goal is emotional impact. Fans should feel stunned, angry, or disappointed. Heel turns are used to refresh a character, fuel new storylines, or elevate another superstar. A great heel turn completely changes how the audience sees a performer. It opens the door to new rivalries, new motivations, and a new personality. Historic examples include moments like Seth Rollins betraying the Shield, John Cena turning against Cody Rhodes, or Hulk Hogan joining the NWO. These moments shaped eras because they created unforgettable tension and storyline momentum. In short, a heel turn is when a wrestler abandons the hero role and becomes the antagonist of the narrative, usually through deception, violence, or ego-driven choices. It's one of the most powerful storytelling tools in all of wrestling.
What is a babyface in wrestling? A babyface, often simply called a face, is the hero of professional wrestling. It's the wrestler the audience is meant to cheer for, support, and emotionally connect with. A babyface embodies traits like fairness, honesty, courage, determination, and respect. They usually represent the moral center of the storyline. A babyface fights clean. They don't rely on cheating, shortcuts, or manipulation. When they step into the ring, their victories feel earned, and their defeats create sympathy that keeps fans invested in their journey. A strong babyface makes the audience believe that their struggle matters. There are different types of babyfaces. Some are underdogs who battle against the odds. Others are charismatic crowd favorites who win through personality and energy. Some are dominant champions who protect the integrity of the sport. And some are relatable everyman characters who reflect the emotions and frustrations of the audience. The purpose of a babyface is simple. They carry the emotional weight of the story. They stand in direct contrast to the villains, the heels, who cheat, betray, and manipulate. Classic examples include stars like John Cena, Rey Mysterio, and Sami Zayn. Their ability to create a bond with fans is what defines a babyface, not just their in-ring style, but their spirit, attitude, and connection with the crowd. In short, a babyface is the good guy of wrestling and a character fans are meant to support as they rise, fall, and rise again.
What is kayfabe? Kayfabe is one of the oldest and most important concepts in professional wrestling. It's the unwritten agreement that the events, characters, and storylines presented on screen are real within their world. Kayfabe means treating wrestling as a legitimate universe with genuine rivalries, alliances, conflicts, and consequences, even though everyone knows wrestling is scripted entertainment. For decades, wrestlers stayed in character everywhere, at shows, in interviews, even in public. A villain acted like a villain. A hero acted like a hero. This protected the illusion and strengthened the emotional impact of the product. Today, kayfabe works differently. With social media and behind-the-scenes documentaries, fans know more about the business than ever. Still, kayfabe exists in modern form. Promos, feuds, betrayals, and alliances are still presented as real inside the storyline world. Kayfabe lets fans suspend disbelief, enjoy the drama, and emotionally connect with characters and arcs. Without it, wrestling would lose its narrative power. In short, kayfabe is the shared fictional reality that makes wrestling stories meaningful, dramatic, and immersive.
What is a push in wrestling?
A push in wrestling refers to the process of elevating a wrestler's status, visibility, and importance within a promotion. When a company decides to give someone a push, it means they believe that wrestler has the potential to become a bigger star, draw more interest, or play a key role in upcoming storylines. A push can happen in different ways. A wrestler might start winning more matches, receive more TV time, cut meaningful promos,
or get placed into major feuds with established names. They may appear in high-profile segments, main event shows, or challenge for championships more frequently. These steps signal that the company wants fans to take notice and begin investing emotionally in the performer. Pushes also vary in intensity. A small push might involve steady wins and better storylines. A major push, often called a mega push, can launch a wrestler into top-tier status almost overnight, rapidly elevating them toward championship contention or main event positions. The success of a push depends on multiple factors: crowd reactions, charisma, in-ring ability, timing, and the overall direction of the product. Sometimes a push fails if the audience doesn't respond as expected. Other times, a push can turn an underdog into a breakout superstar. Pushes have shaped entire eras. Names like Roman Reigns, Becky Lynch, Batista, Daniel Bryan, and Seth Rollins experienced defining pushes that transformed their careers and reshaped company direction. In short, a push is the deliberate decision to elevate a wrestler's importance, giving them momentum, visibility, and opportunities to rise in the ranks. It is one of the most essential tools in wrestling storytelling and talent development.
What is a wrestling stable?
A wrestling stable is a group of wrestlers who unite under a shared goal, identity, or leadership. Instead of acting alone, they operate as a collective. There might be a leader and teams who each serve a specific purpose. Together, they create a force that's stronger than the sum of its parts. This allows dramatic arcs that involve multiple characters at once. They help elevate new stars by pairing them with more experienced members. They create strong villains, groups who dominate divisions, attack opponents, or manipulate situations. Groups like the Four Horsemen, D-Generation X, The Shield, and the Judgment Day shaped entire eras. A stable gives wrestlers identity, direction, and credibility. When they win together, they look powerful. When they break apart, the resulting betrayals and heel turns often become unforgettable storyline moments. In short, a wrestling stable is a team of wrestlers united by purpose, a group that fights together and changes the landscape of wrestling through teamwork, loyalty, and betrayal.
What is jobbing in wrestling?
Jobbing refers to the act of losing matches intentionally in order to make another wrestler look stronger, more dominant, or more credible. A wrestler who frequently performs this role is often called a jobber. The concept is simple. A promotion wants to showcase a rising star or an established name. To do that, they need opponents who can make that wrestler look impressive in victory. Jobbers fill this role by selling moves well, telling a clear story, and making the win feel convincing. Jobbing is not a sign of disrespect. In fact, it requires professionalism. A good jobber helps protect the credibility of newer wrestlers, returning athletes, or dominant characters. There are different types of jobbing. Local enhancement talent, wrestlers not signed to the company, often appear in short matches purely to boost the star power of the featured wrestler. Company jobbers, who are signed full-time, may lose regularly, but still have storylines or character moments that keep them relevant. Jobbing has created unforgettable moments in wrestling history. Legends like the Road Warriors, Goldberg, Braun Strowman, and Nia Jax built their early dominance through decisive wins over jobbers. At the same time, many jobbers became beloved fan favorites because of their commitment and charisma, like James Ellsworth. In short, jobbing is the art of making another wrestler look great by taking the loss, helping enhance their reputation, momentum, and star power. Without jobbers, wrestling would struggle to build new heroes, new villains, and new legends.
What is the wellness policy?
The Wellness Policy is WWE's official program designed to protect the health, safety, and long-term well-being of its performers. It was introduced in 2006 following several industry-wide concerns and has since become one of the most important medical and disciplinary frameworks in professional wrestling. At its core, the Wellness Policy focuses on three main areas: drug testing, cardiovascular and physical evaluations, and monitoring of prescription medication. Superstars are regularly tested for banned substances, performance-enhancing drugs, illegal drugs, and misuse of prescription medications. Testing is both scheduled and random, ensuring that all performers are treated equally. If a wrestler violates the policy, there are clear consequences. The first violation leads to a suspension. A second violation brings a longer suspension. A third violation can result in termination. These rules apply regardless of star power, storyline importance, or championship status. But the wellness policy is not only about discipline. It also provides medical support, including concussion testing, mental health evaluation, cardiac screenings, and substance abuse rehabilitation programs. WWE covers the cost of treatment for anyone who needs help, even for former performers who are no longer with the company. One key goal of the policy is to prevent tragedies by ensuring athletes receive proper medical care, monitoring, and recovery time, whether they're dealing with injuries, stress, addiction, or long-term physical wear. In short, the wellness policy is WWE's comprehensive health and safety program. It protects performers, ensures fair competition, prevents substance abuse, and creates a safer, more responsible working environment for everyone involved.
What is the Freebird rule? The Freebird rule is one of the most unique and flexible concepts in tag team wrestling. It allows any two members of a larger group or trio to defend a tag team championship rather than having a fixed, official two-person team. The rule is named after the fabulous Freebirds, a legendary trio from the 1980s. They popularized the idea that a tag team title isn't restricted to just two wrestlers, but can represent an entire stable. If a group has 3 members, all 3 are recognized as champions, and any combination of 2 can compete in title matches. This rule creates huge storytelling possibilities. It introduces unpredictability. Opponents never know which version of the champions they'll face. A powerhouse duo might defend one night, while a faster, more technical combination might defend the next. It also protects injured members, keeps stables relevant, and allows creative rotation without breaking championship continuity. Modern examples include groups like The New Day, who used the Freebird rule to great success, giving all members equal spotlight and championship recognition. Strategically, it's a major advantage. Teams can adapt their lineup to counter opponents, surprise challengers, or keep titles fresh with new chemistry inside the ring. In short, the Freebird rule allows a stable with more than 2 members to share a tag team championship, defending it with any pairing they choose. It's a historic rule that adds depth, strategy, and excitement to tag team wrestling.
What is the difference between Raw and SmackDown? Raw and SmackDown are WWE's 2 flagship weekly television shows, and while both belong to the same company, they have different identities, rosters, and presentation styles. Understanding the difference between them is essential to understanding modern WWE storytelling. Raw is traditionally known as the Red brand. It airs on Monday nights and has historically been WWE's longest-running, most established weekly show. It usually offers more time for extended matches and backstage segments. SmackDown is known as the Blue brand. It airs on Friday nights. SmackDown has earned the reputation of being the more wrestling-focused show. Another key difference lies in the roster split, also known as the WWE Draft. Raw and SmackDown each have their own exclusive roster of superstars, championships, and storylines. This allows WWE to create separate identities, keep feuds fresh, and showcase talent across 2 major platforms. While crossover happens occasionally, each brand generally maintains its own direction. In short, Raw is WWE's long-running Red brand, while SmackDown is the fast-paced, wrestling-focused Blue brand. Together, they form the foundation of WWE's weekly programming and offer fans 2 distinct experiences within the same universe.